What is going on, Cryptic Crew? This is your boy Cryptic Flash, bringing you guys our season opener, I should say. Week 1 of the PWD against my man Amoongus and his Atlanta Sables. If you guys like to say, make sure you hit that like button down below. Also, if you guys missed it, I did a team builder, going over my opponent's team, all of his Pokemon, what I think the biggest threats are, and what we are going to be bringing to hopefully counter his team. Now, the disclaimer on the team builder, I know that the in-game audio was a little bit much, which I didn't realize until post-recording. So that will not be an issue. I will keep that from being an issue moving forward. But I hope you guys did enjoy the team builder regardless. The only update I have from the team builder is on the team builder I had said that I was going to bring Heat more. I felt like I needed a fire type. But as I was, and you guys will notice this as I worked through the team builder, I kept bringing up Slurpuff, a Belly Drum Unburdened set. I didn't really have an answer for that on my team, and so I figured I needed to go ahead and bring a Doublade. I felt like that was kind of the best answer for that thing, and I think that I'm happy with that switch. Substituting out Heat more for Doublade, I think it makes a lot of sense. The format of how I want to do these battle videos is I kind of want to touch base with you guys before I jump into the battle, just talk you through just kind of my main thoughts pre-game going in, and then we'll go ahead and connect up with Amoongus and see where we go from there. But pre-game, really what I think I need to figure out how to deal with is that Nidoqueen. I don't have the greatest answers for Nidoqueen just because of the its diverse moveset. I mean, it gets Thunderbolt, it gets Ice Beam. So Thunderbolt for Melodic, Ice Beam for Hydreigon, Earth Power. I mean, it's got a lot of answers to our team. So my answer for it is Hitmontop with the AV. But other than that, Venusaur can 1v1 it. But I want to keep Venusaur as healthy as possible, and maybe, I mean, looking at his team, I think it's okay to have Venusaur up against Nidoqueen. I think that that's an okay trade-off. I don't know. I'm gargling here. I'm just thinking. Before I actually have to be in that spot. I'm thinking that he'd be okay. Because all of his other Pokemon, I think we can handle without Venusaur. That Nidoqueen, once we get rid of, I think that we can kind of put in the work with the rest of our team here. So Venusaur and Hitmontop are kind of our answers to Nidoqueen. I'm going to go run through the team real quick before we jump in. Just in case you guys missed the team builder, we're going to just fly through this. We have our Bubba, Modest, rocking the Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Synthesis, and Leech Seed. Purpose of Bubba here is actually to just kind of be a pivot Pokemon. So that Nidoqueen against this Bubba, we actually, I think, 2-hit KO it. If it's offensive. If it's defensive, it might be a 3-hit KO. But we can definitely live some hits and go for Synthesis and outstall that thing. So not too concerned there. Next up, we have Melodic, our Poseidon, our Melodic, the Modest, competitive, Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, and Toxic. Toxic, I mean, if anything wants to kind of sit in front of me, we can poison it and kind of whittle it down. That Blastoise might be a little bit bulky, along with Slurpuff. If we could get a poison on that to whittle that thing down. I'm very scared of Slurpuff, but we do have an answer for it. Fluffy, our beautiful Hydreigon, timid nature, max speed, max special attack, with the U-turn, Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse, and Earth Power. Fluffy actually, with that Dark Pulse, does a lot of work to my opponent's team. He really, the only answer he has for it is that Slurpuff. That's kind of why I thought he would bring it, is because Slurpuff, I mean, Slurpuff is really his only Hydreigon answer. Nidoqueen can go for an Ice Beam, and it does some damage, but we have the Earth Power as well, so I think we win toe-to-toe, just because we're going to outspeed. But Hydreigon, I think, is going to put in a lot of work this match. Next up is going to be Happy Feet, our Hitmontop with the Intimidate, holding the Assault Vest. Choice Scarf and Leftovers on Poseidon. We have an AV on our Hitmontop with a Mach Punch for priority, Close Combat for a powerful fighting type move for that Tyrantrum if he does bring it, Earthquake, bops the Aegislash, the Nidoqueen, and the Tyrantrum, and then Rapid Spin to clear up hazards and hopefully get a speed boost. Next up is going to be Sparkplug, our Choice Specs Jolteon, rocking the Volt Absorb, Timid Nature, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, nothing too fancy there, with the Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, and Baton Pass. My plan actually, depending on what he leads, if he leads Nidoqueen, I think we lead Sparkplug regardless because we can get Switch Initiative and just kind of scout what he's going to do, but if he leads Nidoqueen, we just go for the Baton Pass. I think that his lead could potentially be that Galvantula to set up webs. If that's the case, then we can go for some Shadow Balls and just try to knock that thing out and then pivot into Hitmontop to get rid of those webs. If he doesn't bring Galvantula, we need to kind of reassess our game plan though, because potential leads could be some kind of a rock setter in Nidoqueen or Tyrantrum. In those cases, I think Hitmontop is probably the best lead. So we'll kind of play it by ear. I'm leaning towards Jolteon here, but if he leads with something else, or if he doesn't even bring Galvantula, then I think Hitmontop is our proper lead. Next up is actually our shiny Doublade. I hatched it while trying to get it competitive, so I'm super excited about it. Excalibur, holding the Eviolite. This thing's defenses are nutty, you guys. It is crazy. The moves we're going to be rocking are Shadow Sneak, Iron Head, Close Combat, and Sword Stance. Really, this thing's main purpose is Slurpuff. If he doesn't bring Slurpuff, then Excalibur is kind of expendable. But I had to bring it just in case he brings Slurpuff. I have to have an answer to it. So that is the squad we are rocking. Make sure you guys, if you're hyped, make sure you're hitting that like button down below. I'm excited to jump into week 1 of the PWD, but I'm going to go ahead and get connected up with Amoongus, and then we will be right back with week 1. All right, it looks like we are connected with Amoongus here. I will go ahead and decide the battle rules myself. I think they're pretty straightforward. Single battle rules. That's everyone to level 50. Special items. I think that's good. They need to allow us to edit the timer. I think that's what we need to have as an option, is to edit the timer. But I'm very excited to go ahead and jump into this battle with Amoongus. Now in this league, I mean, there are pretty much everyone in the league I have never battled before, and so I am very curious as to their play style. I haven't gone and scouted their old battle videos, so I have no idea what to expect. We're gonna go ahead and see the team right here. So Blastoise, I pretty much predicted everything other than that Jinx. What didn't he bring? He did not bring the Tyrantrum. So no Tyrantrum. Instead, he brings the Jinx. And I think I am okay with that. So Jinx to me is not very scary. But maybe it has some crazy shenanigans that I am not aware of. Just gotta edit the layout. Get that Jinx on there. And I think we're going to go ahead and stick with our game plan of leading with the gosh darn Jolteon here. I'm acknowledging, I know he's probably either going to lead with Galvantula or Nidoqueen. I think with my speedy team, with Jolteon presents, I mean, I would think a pretty huge problem to him. I mean, he doesn't have very many Shadow Ball switch-ins. So I think starting out with Sparkplug, I can go for a Baton Pass if he leads with his Nidoqueen. But I think if he leads with Galvantula, I'm just clicking Shadow Ball. We wished each other our good lucks and have fun. So that is one awesome trainer card. Amoongus, my guy. Looks amazing. We're going to go ahead and jump in here. I'm very excited, you guys. It has been a long time since I did a draft battle. And there's the Galvantula lead that we were kind of expecting here. And we're okay with this. I don't think he can one-shot Jolteon. We are the shiny Jolteon. I don't think he can one-shot us. So I honestly, I'm not going to think too much on it. I'm going to just click Shadow Ball. And I'm going to see what he wants to do. I mean, in my head, his options are switching probably into the Queen. There's the Nidoqueen. We'll see how much this does, right? Ooh, a shiny Nidoqueen. Nice, nice, nice. Shadow Ball. This is choice specs, so this should be doing some damage. Oh, there we go. That's juicy. That is juicy. We're going to go ahead and hard switch out into our Hitmontop. This is kind of the scenario that played out in my head, right? Expecting... I could have made the play into Hydreigon, expecting a ground type move, but Hitmontop is kind of the middle ground play. And I want to make sure to save Hydreigon for that Aegislash. Get the Intimidate off. Here's a Sludge Wave, so... I think we can handle this pretty well. Ooh, wow. That did a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage. Okay, so what's his switch in? I think I just click EQ. Because what? He goes back out into Galvantula? Goes into Jinx. Jinx is frail. Blastoise? I mean, I'm getting chip on Blastoise. We're gonna go EQ. Earth Power... Just gonna KO. Oh my goodness, it does not. We're gonna get a big Earthquake off. Does this KO? And we get the knockout. We get rid of this Nidoqueen right away, you guys. That is huge. Nidoqueen was a problem. Nidoqueen was a problem. And now, honestly, Jolteon has a really good time with this guy's team. He has nothing to stop me from Volt Switching. Hitmontop did its job. There's no webs on the field. And I'm going to honestly let Jinx just kind of bot me right here. I don't know what Jinx does. So I'm going to just go for the Mach Punch and let it knock me out. Shadow Ball. That's fine. That's absolutely okay. So now the only thing with this is I have no way to get rid of... Gosh darn... I have no way to get rid of webs if he does set that up. But it's okay because the rest of my team is kind of slow. Spark Plug is the only thing that's speedy. So honestly, I'm free to go for Volt Switch. And I don't think I have any reason not to. It will knock this thing out. It will hurt anything that comes in. I could Shadow Ball too. I think he might think I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball. I'm gonna just go for a Volt Switch. He's gonna withdraw, and he goes out into Blastoise. So this is a choice specs to Volt Switch coming off from your boy. This is gonna hurt. Oh my goodness, that's big damage. That's huge damage. Now I know I'm going to 100% be going out into Bubba, and we are going to G-Max, Vine Lash, everything. Honestly, I think that's the play. I don't see why not. I see why not. He could go out into Aegislash. I don't have the best moves for Aegislash. What do I do? I could Leech Seed. I know he's gonna switch. He has to switch. I think I just go for the G-Max Vine Lash. Let's keep the pressure on. If he does go into Aegislash, I mean, he's going to... Oh, he stays in. He stays in. He is going to let this Blastoise go down. I'm playing very aggressive right now, you guys. I'm just sitting here thinking about... I mean, I am not letting a minute go by. I'm just keeping out the pressure. I think I have to. Ice Beam, we're going to eat that because we are a big boy. No freeze, we get the G-Max Vine Lash off. And we get rid of the Blastoise. So honestly, I think that means that this Slurpuff is going to be his G-Max option. Our Black Sludge kicks in. Because, or Aegislash. I just don't think Aegislash is that great of a G-Max option. Of our team, I'm looking at it now. It feels as if, oh, this thing's gonna be a problem. Hopefully, it doesn't one-shot us. I mean, Venusaur was kind of for that Nidoqueen as well. So, I'm okay with, oh, the freeze! Oh, we thought out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We get the knockout on the gosh darn Jinx. That freeze for a minute, my heart, you guys, my heart. It leapt out of my chest. That's absolutely crazy. So I'm curious as to what his move is now. Venusaur has kind of done its thing. I said I wanted to G-Max it, and that's kind of why I wanted to be a little quicker on hitting the G-Max buttons, because we were literally in a perfect position to G-Max our Venusaur, and so I wanted to go ahead and get this flower boy out and just start clicking moves, you guys. Galvantula does come out. I think I'm expecting the sticky webs, so I'm gonna max ooze. I think it's Focus Sash, maybe. Maybe, or he's just gonna knock me out. And if he knocks me out, I honestly just go into Jolteon and start clicking Shadow Ball. Repeat. Volt Switch. Do we live? Yo, we live! We live! Go into Slurpuff. He's gonna go Aegislash. That's the right move. He's gonna go Aegislash. There it is. Ah! Imagine! Could you imagine if we got a max Vine Lash off? Ah, we got pro played. The Vine Lash does end up hitting him. It does some good damage. It does some good damage. So I think in this situation, do we Synthesis and see what happens? Do we Leech Seed? I think we Leech Seed. Just in case he starts setting up, I don't want him to just get some free setups off. He's gonna Dynamax. That's fine. That's fine. And honestly, I think I'm gonna go out into Melodic and let him just bop me. Just to burn some Dynamax turns. Because I'm not really... not too scared of this thing. I need Hydreigon for this thing. Jolteon for this thing. And Doublade is solely for that Slurpuff. So he's going to start getting some speed boosts. That's a little spooky. That is a little spooky. That Vine Lash does some work. But I'm going to go for Poseidon. I'm not really scared of the speed boost because I don't think he's gonna OHKO Hydreigon. And we are scarfed. We're gonna go for some Scalds. Max Airstream. He's gonna become a speedy boy. I'm trying to figure out if he has anything that is a threat to me. And if we get a burn, I don't want to like hope for hacks, but I think everybody who runs Scald hopes for that burn. And we get the burn. So that's really, really unfortunate for my opponent. That's super unfortunate for my opponent. It may, yeah. Burn is just, it's too good of a status condition. Max Lightning. Is this special? We live it. Melodic Poseidon, you are a beautiful creature. You are an absolutely beautiful creature. Scald comes off. The burn comes off. I think Vine Lash is done now. Burn comes off. And he's a small boy. And he's a small boy. Alright, I have no reason to not just keep clicking Scald. If he wants to take me out, that's fine. Melodic served its purpose. I just realized I didn't take off Venusaur, so I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to take off Melodic as well. Alright, so it's a 3v... Actually, 3v2. He just lost Aegislash to Burn. In this instance, honestly, I just go Spark Plug and start clicking Thunderbolt. He goes Galvantula. That's fine. Electric versus electric, you guys. This is where matches this is the matchups he likes to see. I'm just gonna click Thunderbolt. You're a frail boy. I'm Choice Specs. I think I two-shot you regardless. You are speedy. You are a speedy boy. T-Bolt comes off. Does some good damage. And I'm okay with him knocking out my Jolteon because we're Scarfed Hydreigon. Although he's Scarfed if he's outspeeding me. I actually didn't realize that. So if he's Scarfed, I think that Excalibur is our play. Oh, I gotta get rid of Jolteon here. He's Scarfed into Bug Buzz. So we're gonna go for the Shadow Sneak. Then we get the knockout. Excalibur, you beautiful, beautiful creature. You guys, I thought I choked that. I didn't even think that he'd be Scarfed, whatchamacallit? Galvantula. So now it's a Slurpuff versus Excalibur. You guys, I'm so glad I made the swap and to replace Heatmore with Excalibur. I don't know what I was thinking with Heatmore. This just made sense because I knew Belly Drum Unburden could have been a thing. I talked about it in my team builder and it was a thing. And so Excalibur is the perfect check to this Slurpuff. If this doesn't pan out and whatever reason he lives, which he does not, we had a Choice Scarf Hydreigon in the back. So good game to you, my friend Amoongus. That was a fun one. That was a very fun kickoff to the season there, you guys. A 2-0, very close game. I'm gonna go ahead and wish him a GG. That was a good game. He pulled that back, you guys. We had in the beginning we had a lot of momentum at the beginning there, and honestly Aegislash kind of stalled it out. Sorry, I'm just thinking I need to quit the battle. Aegislash kind of stalled out my momentum. Now I'm trying to think of if there was anything I could have done better. I could have probably gone into Jolteon and just pressured him with Shadow Ball. I bet a Choice Specs Shadow Ball from Jolteon would have knocked out the Aegislash. But I wanted to preserve Jolteon because I knew it had a bunch of offensive output, and I wanted to make sure to go put that on his final Mons. And in my head, I didn't think of Choice Scarf Galvantula, so that was a great bring on his end. But figuring out that thing was Choice Scarf and going into our Excalibur with the Shadow Sneak, I think was pretty huge for us. It ended up being a pretty big play. So great game, Mr. Amoongus and your Atlanta Sables. Good luck the rest of the season, and hopefully maybe we'll see each other in the playoffs, you guys. But I think that's gonna be it for me. This is Cryptic Flash. I'm out.